Here I am going to talk about measures of variation, their definitions, formulas, and examples. Measures of variation measures how spread out the values in a dataset are. Types of measures of variation are range, variance, and standard deviation. Now let's define range. Range is difference between the maximum data value and the minimum data value. And variance is a measure of spread from mean. So this is the formula for variance. Standard deviation is a measure of spread from mean. So this is the formula for standard deviation. So standard deviation is square root of variance. So let's look at this example. Ages of children in a family are 8, 10, 6, 7, 12. Let's find the range for the given data. So we know range is maximum minus minimum. So looking at this data, our maximum is 12 and our minimum is 6. So we get 6 for the range. Now let's calculate variance. In order to calculate variance, first we need to calculate mean. So we know mean is sum of x over n. So our sum of x is 8 plus 10 plus 6 plus 7 plus 12, and our n is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we get 8.6 for mean. Then formula for the variance is this. So it is sum of x minus mean square over n minus 1. This whole thing is the sum of x minus mean square. So our x from the data is 8, okay, minus, and our mean is 8.6. So this is what we calculated for mean, okay, square, plus 10 that comes from our data, minus 8.6 is mean square. We will do that for each value in our data set. And divide the whole thing by n minus 1. So our n is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's where we get our 5 from. 5 minus 1. Now, when we divide the sum of x minus mean square by n minus 1, we get 5.8. So that's our variance. Now, for standard deviation, we know standard deviation is the square root of variance. So from here, we know our variance is 5.8. Okay, so that's what we have it here. And we get 2.41 for the standard deviation. So now let me show you how to do it in the calculator. So hit stat, hit enter. So now put your data in your list 1. So 8, 10, 6, 7, and 12. Now go to stat, then go to calc. Make sure your one variable stats is highlighted, then hit enter. Then for your list, make sure you have list 1, and for your frequency list, we don't have anything, so we can just delete that. Then now go to calculate, then hit enter. So we get a standard deviation of 2.41, which is what we have here. Let me move my calculator so that we can see the number. So this is what we have, this is what we got using formula, and that's the same number we got here using a calculator, which is 2.41. Now let me show you how to do it in Excel. So let's enter data here, which is 8, 10, 6, 7, and 12. So now click in any of the empty cell, and then type in equals STDEV dot S. Let me go back here. You'll also see STDEV dot P, so that is per population. I will talk about that in my next video. So for this one, let's just type dot S, then put parentheses, then go here and then highlight your data, then close your parentheses, then hit enter. Okay, so that this also gave us the same number that we got using formula and using calculator for standard deviation.